Hi, this is Dominique with the French Arborist. We're back today at the same site that we visited a few days ago where we talked about root failure. We just removed the tree we saw at that point, and as we pulled it out, we saw the rest of what we started to see in the last video, which is the roots. The tree fell this way because it didn't have any roots going in that direction. Any roots going that way were girdling in the other direction. On the other side, there were a bunch of good looking roots, but you need roots on all sides, obviously, otherwise it fails on you. So that's what happened. Now we're digging a hole. When you dig a hole for a new tree, you need to make sure it's at least twice as big as the root ball that you're dealing with. The soil here is full of clay, caliche. You want to encourage the roots, you want to loosen up the soil to make sure the roots have a way to extend themselves out. So that's what we did here. On the sides you can dig a couple holes like this just to loosen things up a little bit more. But the main thing is not to dig the hole too deep. Don't dig it any deeper than this container is. So now we're going to take it out of the bucket and see what kind of root ball we have today. Okay. So without breaking the whole thing apart, you need to figure out, number one, where your root collar is. And then from then on, try to figure out where the main roots are and what direction they're going. See, we've got one that was going around the trunk already. It doesn't take much, but this absolutely needs to be done because this is one of your main roots right here. So just pay attention to where those biggest roots are and make sure they're going where you want them to end up. Let's take this guy out. We have a nice little bandage here because the tree came out in the nursery with a broken stake. So we had to fix it up a little bit to keep it up straight. Okay. So there's that guy. Those stakes that come with the tree, those are called nursery stakes. They're only there for transportation purposes, for between the nursery and the property it's going to be planted at. So as soon as it's planted, those stakes need to be taken out completely, and we'll install some wooden stakes, well, like these, once a tree is planted, proper stakes, but nursery stakes take them off completely right from the beginning. So I think the root ball looks pretty good. As you can see, it's a little bit too deep right now. If we were to fill this hole back, dirt would come up to here, so it's definitely a little too deep, so we'll have to lift it up.
Yeah.
So as you poke around the root ball, you try to figure out if there's any of those famous girdling roots going on. I don't feel any, I don't see any more. So I think we'll we're good to go for a second try here. That's going to be a couple more inches and then we'll be good to go. This looks good. This looks very good. We have a good looking tree here with a nice central leader, a good distribution of branches all around the trunk. This is going to be a good one to work with. So we're just going to fill the hole back up. And put the rocks back on, and then the homeowner has agreed to look after the irrigation. So he will install more than those two emitters we have here. We'll have 3 or 4 around this one, so we can account for some future growth, so we don't have to redo the whole irrigation in 6 months from now.
There's the bad boy.
Oh Lord, okay, well, here we have, as we looked further into it, if you come this way, you'll see a perfect textbook case of a girdling root, which is this guy here, which starts at the back, and it started to go straight against the trunk and around it. So we're gonna have to pull this root back out and then twist it around. At this point, you're better off. You need to be careful, try not to break this root, but even if you do, you're going to be better off breaking it right now than you would be 5 years from now with your tree falling down. Yeah, so we don't have to cut it because there's enough give to it to push it where it's supposed to go. Thank you. If you have any questions, give me a call. D French Arborist, 480-320-0906. Thanks.